feel like you've lived unless you have cut out CVS coupons, begged your mom to take you to CVS, scored a crap ton of makeup under $20. I mean, I don't know if we're doing that or if we can do that in 2025, but you know, the drugstore is still cheaper than Sephora. Hello, my beautiful friends, and welcome back to my channel. I'm gonna show you guys like a very quick, easy makeup tutorial, makeup that I would wear on a daily basis. I'm gonna show you bits and bobs of my night. So it's gonna be a get ready with me date night using all drugstore products. I very rarely wear foundation. I don't think that this constitutes as foundation. This is not technically drugstore. However, this is Sephora brand. This is affordable and this goes on sale all the time. Reveal the Real Soft Radiant Skin Tint. It is a long wear 24-hour hydration serum-y. It's like a skin tint. Did I say that? Yeah, it's a skin tint, okay? For your reference, if you are a similar complexion to me, I am 130 neutral fair. I have a neutral undertone. If you don't know what a neutral undertone is, the best thing you can do is look at your veins. And if they are green and blue, that means you're neutral. If they are blue, that means you're cool toned. And if they are green, that means you're warm toned. Some of my favorite brushes are from the drugstore. This one is Hourglass, okay? She's expensive. I do really love, and I just bought another one when I went to Ulta. I love e.l.f. They have a flawless concealer brush. It is amazing. I will link it down below in case you're interested, but I use that for, I don't really wear foundation, so I really use it for concealer. I'm just gonna take a little bit of this. You can see that it's very runny. The more liquidy a skin tint, foundation, whatever is, the more forgiving it is, the more skin-like it is. So I'm gonna apply this to one half of my face just so that I can show you the coverage that it gives. It's a skin tint. Okay, I'm not a full coverage babe. I'm 34 years old. I have very dry, sensitive skin. And if I pack too much makeup on my skin gets aggravated and I just look older with more makeup. And a lot of people do. This is one half of my face. Can you see? It's really soft. It's not matte, but it's not sticky. It definitely gives a radiant glow. Can you see? But it's not wet. And I hate wet, not my vibe. And then this is the other half of my face. You can see I have a lot more pigmentation. You can see my redness. I have very red skin, but this side, you can still see my redness, but it's kind of like muted, you know? It's like a little bit more subdued. A brush will give you more coverage than a sponge will give you. So if you're using a skin tint, I would always recommend using a brush with a skin tint because the skin tint naturally doesn't have as much coverage. If you're using a brush, pressing in the areas that you need a little bit more coverage, say you have redness like I do, I'm pressing it over. You can do this over pimples. You can do this over melasma, any kind of pigmentation. If you're using a brush, you press it into the skin and that's gonna add a little bit more coverage rather than swiping. So I like to swipe up here in the back of my face. I don't have textured skin over here. I don't have as much pigmentation and it kind of just makes it look a little bit more skin-like. I mean, not that this doesn't look skin-like, but I don't like a lot of makeup on my forehead. So I will just pick it up with the brush and then you can move somewhere else on your hand and really work it into the brush. And that's gonna give you more of like a more natural, sheerer finish, you know? So like it depends on the utensil that you're using, whether you're using a sponge or a brush, and it also depends on how you're using said sponge or said brush. But as you can see, my skin looks like skin. It's radiant. It's not like sticky though. Like if I touch my skin, it doesn't feel wet. I don't like that. I like radiant. I don't like dewy. I've tried a lot of skin tints in my day, honey, okay? And this is by far the best one. Better than Laura Mercier, by far. Better than Merit. Ilia, ugh, I hate the Ilia skin tint. I don't like it, but if you like it, keep on loving it, okay? Makeup, it's all subjective. Beauty is subjective, okay? L'Oreal True Match Radiant Serum Concealer. It has 1.5 hyaluronic acid and caffeine to help awaken the eyes and to help kind of just like hydrate them and make them look less crepey. I'm in the shade light medium. This is W3. I don't like to apply a lot of this. I love this doe foot though. It's very like plush. So I do not a lot, you know? I just did like 4 dots, one in the middle. A lot of the times women will say to me, I wear concealer and it's crepey. I ask them a few questions. First, I start out with, do you powder? And if they powder, I say, do you wait to powder? Like how soon are we powdering after applying concealer? You need to wait a little bit. So we're gonna do that together. I will show you. A lot of the times, your dark circles are really in the inner corner of your eye. There are no wrinkles really in the inner corner of your eye. Okay, where you start to get crepey and texture is really underneath. So if you really focus the product in the inner corner, and I'm just gonna take this Farrah brush. I think these are affordable. This is the 820 FF. It's just like a dome brush. So if you really focus it, let me zoom you in. Let's get a little up close and personal here. Okay, I'm gonna take my brush and I'm gonna press it. Don't swipe it, okay? Press it in the inner corner of your eye. So you're really focusing all of the product right here. Now, I didn't put any other concealer. I should have not done this over here. I'm sorry. I did a terrible showing to show you side by side, but I will show you in another video. You just focus it right here. Like that takes a lot of the darkness away from your eye. My under eyes do well with concealer, and I know this concealer well, so I did 3 dots over here. But what I would recommend to you if you have a crepey kind of like texture under eye issue is doing what I just did and then taking whatever is left over and just applying that underneath your eyes and seeing how that goes. You might be applying way too much product. You don't want to apply too much product where you have textured skin. And I like to stamp where I put my concealer, because where I put my concealer is in the center of my face, and that is where I have the most texture and I need the most coverage. I'm not churning up the texture by swiping, you know, I'm keeping the texture to a minimum by patting, and I'm getting more coverage because I'm using that stamping, pressing motion. Any questions you have, be sure to leave them down below. Like, I love teaching makeup. I kind of like miss it. So many people feel like they need to go out and spend so much money on makeup. Like, people are just like, oh, it's because the products that I'm using, I bought this at the drugstore, I need like more expensive. No, it really has nothing to do with the makeup. I mean, granted, there is some makeup that is just terribly trashy, okay? But a lot of the times, it's the artist, you. It's the techniques that you're using, how you're layering your makeup, how you're applying it, so on and so forth. And I'm so sorry, I'm so chatty. I applied the littlest, ittiest bit of that concealer, okay? But I'm gonna give it like a couple seconds to just dry. You know, concealer is wet and we're about to go in with, look at this, it matches my outfit. I am such a blue girl, oh my God. Oh, I love this powder. So if I were to go in with a powder over top of something wet like concealer, you're like shocking the concealer. So you wanna give it a second to just dry down and not be as sticky, as tacky, as wet. I promise you, it makes a really big difference. The CoverGirl Clean Matte, I have been screaming about this. Anyone who will listen to me, I talk about this all the time. I'm in the shade Buff Beige, okay? This is so good. If you're struggling with creases, okay, you also do wanna make sure that you are not powdering your under eyes, okay, while the concealer is in your creases. So you just wanna stamp, 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 get it out of the creases, because once you set it, it's done. I'm gonna pick up this beautiful powder with this powder puff from Amazon. I will link it down below. And I'm just gonna go in and set my under eye. Now, just if you wanna be really cautious, okay? Say you waited, but it's still not working for you. Pick it up, work it into your palm, because you might be putting too much powder on, okay? That might also be a problem. I'm telling you, light layers, less makeup, is always a good idea. Even if you need more coverage, you can achieve coverage without too many layers. I am so dry in the winter and so oily in the summer just because of the atmosphere that I'm in, just like the way that the seasons are here. So I will, do I have my powder puff? I have this big ass powder puff. Do we know the Tati Beauty, the Blendiful? Rip. I feel like she's gonna come out with it again though, you know, God willing. But I take that big ass Blendiful and I pack powder with it and I powder my whole face. So that is literally what I'm doing right now, and I get very oily in my hairline and I don't like washing my hair. So I really get in there. And what's great about this is that I don't like foundation, like I said, but this has a little bit of coverage in it. See? So it helps too, even though we wore a skin tint today. A lot of the times I don't even use a skin tint, but this will add a really nice layer of a little bit of coverage. And what's great about powdering your whole face is that you can then go in with other powders like bronzer and blush a little bit more generously, because you've already dried down all of the cream products that are on your face by applying this on top. You've already set it, so now you can forget it. Okay, this is expensive, I'm sorry. I thought that this was drugstore because it looks like drugstore, no shade, okay? I don't judge. I guess I do though, in that same sentence. It kind of sounds like I did judge it, but I normally don't judge a product by its looks because, I mean, this is gorgeous, stunning, beautiful. Some people might say that this is like cheap looking and it works amazingly. This looks like drugstore, but it's not. This is available. You can buy this online. This is from Basic Beauty, and this is in Bronzy AF. It has Natural, Cinnamon, Bad, and Bronzy as the 3 colors, okay? I like the versatility. You can use this as bronzer. You can use it as eyeshadow for your eyes. I think this is like $30 though. I really want to try L'Oreal Infallible. They have a bronzer that I've heard is amazing. I love L'Oreal powders. They're so, so good. I would also be interested in trying a Revlon or CoverGirl bronzer. Maybe I will go down a drugstore bronzer route, but this is what I have for today. I'm so sorry. I'm a little nervous to try this. This is an expensive brush, not an expensive brush that I like. This is an Hourglass brush. However, I love e.l.f. brushes, and I really enjoy, yeah, did I say? The e.l.f. Flawless Concealer is so good. I really do. I love an e.l.f. brush. I also really love Morphe brushes, but I went to Ulta the other day and it doesn't look like they're really selling a lot of brushes anymore. They've really moved away from the brushes in terms of like what's available, at least at my Ulta. They're very much into the makeup. So what's up with that? Anyone else notice that? I'm gonna go into this more, the lightest one, I should say. And if you ever notice that your bronzer is patchy, you might wanna do this. Or again, work the powder into the brush and give it more of a natural finish. I'm gonna do 1/2 of my face and then I will show you what it looks like. But I like a dome brush like this. It does not need to be Hourglass. It does not need to be like uber expensive, but I like the shape. It just works for my face. And sometimes I feel like we use too big of brushes. Like I like a mix of small brushes and bigger brushes, but for the initial laydown, like when I'm shaping my face, I always find that like the smaller the brush, the better. And like I said, I can be a little bit more aggressive with this powder. If I didn't powder my whole face, I would normally go in with like a pressing motion. But again, since my whole face is powdered and dry, I can really like work the brush into my skin without worrying about it disturbing anything. I'm gonna put some in the crease of my eye just to add a little bit of dimension and kind of just snatch the whole face and lift it up. Can we see this side of my face with a little bit of bronze? Still really natural looking though. And then this side that is just flat with no dimension. Can you see that? Makeup is getting out of hand. Like even drugstore makeup, this blush that I'm about to talk to you about, I've talked to you about it before. It's so good, especially for me because I love blue. This is my favorite color right now. It's like a baby blue. Some of it is so expensive. Like what the hell? I could not get over the price of this blush. And I really want to like snatch the jawline here. Okay, I feel bad that I kind of crapped on this brush. It's kind of doing a good job with this powder. It's not drugstore though, so we're not gonna harp on it. I'm gonna take a little bit and put it on the bridge of my nose. I spent $17 on this at Walgreens. You can buy this at Ulta and it's definitely cheaper. So I would say even when you are shopping drugstore, shop around because you might be able to find a little bit more affordable somewhere else. But I love this blush, oh my God. Do I regret the $17? No, knowing that I could have bought this for like $4 cheaper at Ulta kind of bothers me, but I love it so much that I'm willing to look past it. But this is, again, this is Revlon, their powder blush in the shade Tickled Pink. How freaking pretty is this? I'm gonna use another Hourglass brush, I'm sorry. As my life is, I mix a lot of high and low, but I'm just gonna take this on my brush. This is so punchy, but I love it. It's so pretty. Like, did she spend the whole day in the sun? No, but you would never know that. You would think that she did. Put some into the crease of my eye and look at how stinking pretty that is. Oh. Let's move on to brows. Now, this is not necessarily drugstore, but this is very affordable. I will link this down below. I bought this on Amazon. This is like a $9 brow pencil, and it is the best brow pencil I've ever used. Another one, a runner-up that you can literally go to CVS and buy if you are just going to the drugstore and you want to stock up on some things. You can definitely get the Revlon, you can get the CoverGirl at the drugstore, you can get the L'Oreal concealer at the drugstore, and you can also pick up the JOA Precision Brow Pencil. But this is the Honeybee Gardens Fine Point Brow Pencil in the shade Walnut. This color, I feel like this color is just like everything. It's not too creamy, it's not too chalky. It is such a fine point that you can make hair-like strokes in seconds. It just like checks all the boxes. And every time I use this brow pencil, I get so many compliments on my brows. Like people are like, oh my God, your brows are so good. What do you use? I've been a little lazy with the brow gel, but I was on the brow gel kick for a hot minute there and I was doing like the laminated brows and I like this. Despite a lot of people not liking it, I really enjoy it. This is the e.l.f. Brow Laminating Gel. It's very white, so you gotta go in and you gotta take off the excess and it's a little runny, but it really coats the brows and it really helps them stay up all day where I'm going, it's like almost my bedtime, honestly. It's 7:30 and I'm usually in bed. Mike and I are usually in bed by 10 o'clock. So I don't really need these to be up all day, but I'm gonna show you. We'll do it for the people. It does leave a little bit of a white cast. It has this guy on the other end, a brush with like chunky bristles and then like smaller bristles on the end. I like to take the smaller bristles, these are like plastic bristles, and I will lift them into oblivion. This is a vibe. Do I like to do this every day? Absolutely not. If I just wanna look like awake, or if I feel like my eyes are droopy, like sometimes I wake up, I'm puffy, my eyes are a little bit droopy. I just find like lifting the brows up like this is so good. And then if you just lifted them a little bit too much in other areas, I like to take this end of the brush, the more bristly end, and kind of just like put them in place. Like, see this guy right here? I don't know if you could see him. He's a little too high for my liking, so I'm just gonna brush him down a little bit. You can go back in with your brow pencil or whatever brow product you're using, and you can just like perfect them. Like if you brush them up and say you have like a bald spot, you can just go back in, fill in whatever needs to be filled in. It's a vibe. If you're someone where you have bushy brows, I think it's so cute. It's so like youthful to just lift them up like that and call it a day. You don't even need to fill them in. If I can pick one category where the drugstore really knocks it out of the park, I think it's lipsticks. I think it's absolutely insane that you go to places like Sephora or Ulta and you can buy a lipstick for like $35, $40, $50. Like it's just unnecessary when you have things like the CoverGirl Clean Fresh. These are lip tints that look like chapsticks. I love them, especially in the summer. I wear them all the time. I like to wear my hair down in the summer. I like to just pretend like I'm a salty mermaid, okay? But I don't like when my hair gets into my gloss. This does not, my hair doesn't stick into this, but it gives a gloss finish. I also really love Kokie Dusty Rose lip liner, so good, retractable. I've talked about all of these. I will go ahead and link a couple drugstore lip videos where I cover all of this because I don't want to spend too much time here. Rimmel Cappuccino is the best dark brown lip liner you will ever find. But I feel like I've talked a lot about these recently, so I think we'll mix it up here. I love this. This is a recent find. This is the LA Girl Perfect Precision Lip Liner. That's the perfect name for it because that's exactly what it does. Shade Sugar and Spice. And I love this color. It gives my lips like a lip lift. The perfect nude for me. It's like a little bit of a peachy, a little bit of a brown. It's just so good. It's kind of like a brownish, kind of like mauve-y. I don't know, I like it. It's really pretty. I wanna use this. I really enjoyed this the other day and I was like shocked at how much I liked it because it's very corally looking, but it's very pretty on. And I feel like, again, it's a color that looks really good with blue. CoverGirl Exhibitionist Cream Lipstick. This is in the shade Coral Dreams. Look at that color. It's really pretty. It's very cushy. It's a very thin lipstick. And I really like it. I kind of feel like I want a little bit of a gloss in the middle. More is better. If it's not like a 3-4 product lip, then like, does it really count as a lip combo? That's the kind of woman that I am. I could be barefaced. I could give a shit less about foundation, but a lip, I love a lip. NYX Butter Gloss in Creme Brulee. And I'm just gonna put a little bit of this in the center of my lips. And this is pretty, but I need a little bit deeper of a lip line. So this is what it looks like, in case you were wondering so far. I'm gonna go in with my cappuccino because she never fails me. To just give a little bit of depth. Can you see the difference between those two sides? I feel like that is what we needed, you know? Girl, go off, that's so good. Okay. Those are the lips on. I feel better now that I have a lip on. All right, let's move into eye makeup. Now, I always say like the easiest, breeziest trick is to just take whatever damn bronzer you are using, it does not matter, and just throw it into your eyelids. I don't really feel like you need to be so picky with the brushes so long as they're soft and they're the right shape. I feel like that's the most important part. I'm gonna go in, we're gonna willy-nilly, we're just gonna do it up because I'm not particular when it comes to my eyes. A lot of the times I don't even do eye makeup. I love ZC. I think that they still make this cat edition, but all of their eyeshadows are great. They come in these little quads. They have so many different color schemes to choose from, but your girl's just like, you know, I like something neutral. So this is very light. We have a bony cream color. We have a light brown, champagne-y pink, and then a champagne-y gold, kind of like sparkly color. These are cute. These are very, I mean, they have cats on them, and I love cats. It's a little juvenile, but when you open it, it's giving like Charlotte Tilbury quad vibes, is it not? This one looks like my kitty cat when he was a baby. This one. I will link these down below. I will try my best to find them. I do think that they still sell them, but this one has a little bit of a deeper brown, another like very similar bone texture to the other one. So I'm actually gonna go in with this color right here, this like light brown. You know me, I'm really not particular at all. I think the messier you are with your eyeshadow, the better, especially if you're just using like shadow shades. It doesn't matter. I go all into the crease. I go all around the eye. I just like to frame and give my eye a little bit of definition because there is makeup all over my face. Do note, I also put a little bit of bronzer in my crease, a little bit of blush in my crease. So I already have started doing the framework for the eyes, but I just find like if you don't put anything on your eye and you put makeup all over the rest of your face, your eyes kind of get lost and they're like floating on your head. I mean, you could do it. I kind of like that though. It's like a sexy look. I love it when people wear no makeup and just throw a lip on. I love it when people wear makeup and then don't do anything with their eyes. There's just something so like model off duty about it. But I do think in some cases, like it is nice to put a little bit of definition around your eyes because it brings your eyes back into the equation, you know? So I literally just took this color, I put it everywhere. And you do this with any color. Like I said, you can do this with your bronzer. It just brings the eyes back to the forefront, defines them, makes them look a little bit bigger, and makes them pop a little bit more. I'm gonna take a pencil brush that just looks like this, a little pencil brush. You can get one anywhere. You can get one at CVS when you go. And I'm just gonna pick up this creamy ivory looking color, and I'm just gonna put this in the inner corner of my eye just to give a little bit of a brightening effect. I hope this lighting is okay, I'm so sorry. I have dark circles and I have them very much so in the inner corner like we talked about before. If you can see it poking out a little bit through your concealer, what I like to do is I like to take a matte, I'll put it like in the tear duct, and then I'll bring it up into this corner where I'm a little dark. And then you can also take that same color and put it underneath the brows to just help clean up the brows. Or if you have a heavy brow, I have a little bit of a heavy brow, it will just go ahead and help lift the brows up even more and make it look less like your brows are hovering over your eyeballs, if that makes sense. Myra, you can buy this on Amazon too. You can buy this on Amazon too. I will link this down below. This is just a really pretty, like, putty Everlust shimmer cream shadow, and this is in the shade Dazzling Brown. Inner portion of my eye, it's like a wash of sparkle, can you see? But it also is like the prettiest brown, so it just like dances in the light. It adds a little bit more definition to your eyes. Another Honeybee Gardens goodie. Let me find her. I didn't sharpen her and I don't have a sharpener here, so we're just gonna do our best, okay? Love their eyeliners, their lip liners, anything that comes in a liner. This is in the shade Belgian Chocolate, and I don't wear a lot of eyeliner. You know, I barely even wear eye makeup half the time. I'm gonna line my lid and I'm just gonna keep it to my waterline. So I'm looking down into a mirror, and with my eye open, I'm just keeping this right to my lash line just to frame the eye. I don't even think I'm gonna wing it out. Wiggle it into my waterline. It's not even gonna look like eyeliner, it's just gonna make my eyelashes look like they're fuller, like I have more of them. So bring it on in for the real thing. I love this camera because we can just get up close and personal. But can you see how that just made my eyelashes look a little bit darker? Like it made my lash line look a little bit darker. And if you're someone where maybe mascara bothers you, this is a great trick because you can just do this and not apply any mascara. Might be game changing. The same thing on the other eye. So much harder on this eye for me because I gotta go across the body. I wish I was ambidextrous. I would love to be able to get the same angle on this eye as I do on this eye. I don't have any mascara open right now that is from the drugstore because I have no mascara open because I really haven't been wearing any mascara but drugstore mascara that I love. I really love the Maybelline, the one in the pink bottle. I think it's called Sky High. I love L'Oreal Telescopic, an oldie but a goodie. I think those are my two favorite at the drugstore. I will link them down below. And then the rest of them, my favorite one is Lancome Lash Idol, which, listen, okay, you can buy for the price of drugstore mascara. Like you can, I think it's like, is it $15 or $16? I don't know. Where did I even put it? This is from Sephora. This is the travel size of the Lancome Lash Idol. I only buy travel size because I don't use mascara enough, as we know, and it upsets me to spend $30 on mascara when I can spend $15, $16 on mascara, actually go through it rather than wasting it. Every time I put mascara on, I'm like, ugh, Why don't I do this more often? I really love the look of no mascara. Yeah, why don't I wear mascara? Can you see that difference? What a difference. Do you wear mascara? I enjoy the look of a natural lash. I don't know what happened to me. I mean, this is giving, and I'm happy about it, but I know I'm gonna regret it later when I take it off. It's so much easier to wash your face. It's so much quicker to wash your face. Even if it's a mascara that comes off in 2 seconds, like, you know, it's just like one less step. All right, guys, and this is the finished makeup look using all of the drugstore products that I love, adore, that just help me look my best and most importantly, feel my best. I would love to hear some of your favorite drugstore products down below. Please be sure to leave them in the comments. I would love to check them out. Again, I will go ahead and put 2 videos at the end of this video. I will put them on the screen of just some drugstore video options if you would like to see maybe some of the products that I mentioned today, especially those lip products that I didn't really put to the test, but you're intrigued, you want to hear about them. I will say it until the cows come home, but the drugstore, it does lips the best. I love you guys so much. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a big thumbs up down below. If you're not yet subscribed and you enjoyed this video, then do be sure to hit the subscribe button and also the bell button next to it. This way you get a notification every time a new video goes live here on my channel. Hope you're having a beautiful day, a beautiful night, whenever it is you are watching this. And I really, really hope to see you in my next one. Bye, guys. Mwah. Is this lighting better? I think that this is better. I'm sorry, but this is what it looks like in this lighting, in case you're interested. Makeup looks different in all lighting. A little date night fit check. Terrible lighting, I do apologize, but you know, it's just, this is the fit. I'm wearing my Birks, which I'm not happy about. Can we get the Birks in? Oh God. Okay, we're just walking.
I was like, always excited for date night.
With me?
Yeah.
Do you like my
Who
makeup?
else would I be on date night with?
I don't know. Do you like my makeup?
Your makeup looks on fleek.
Thank you. It's
Is that still a thing?
Yeah, I mean, probably not. You should have asked the girls last night.
That was funny.
That was funny. Our nieces taught us all of the children lingo. But it's all drugstore, all affordable.
Wow.
All affordable.
We love drugstore makeup.
We love drugstore makeup. Yes. Cheers.